All right, everyone. Yesterday was a very happy day for Joe Biden after pretty much every other Democrat had already endorsed him. Other than, again, I'm not 100% sure Warren has, although it's obvious who she'd cast a ballot for anyway, who she'd stump around for if she were likable enough to be asked to do this. It's funny, by the way, AOC claims that she hasn't been consulted by Biden at all. It's actually a good one for Biden. Anyway, though, Obama has finally endorsed Joe. He finally gave him his endorsement. Now, keep in mind the optics of this. Joe Biden is kicking ass in Super Tuesday. He knocks it out of the park in the subsequent primaries. He clinches, basically. He becomes the likely nominee after that, and after the subsequent five-state contest, he becomes the presumptive nominee. That's the point at which, fundamentally things ended. Bernie what lasts until Wisconsin, but really it was the most outside shot. What Bernie was hoping for is either Biden having a health issue, which, by the way, likelihood could still very easily happen because he's, pushing 80 as well, or somehow the polls are totally systemically wrong in Wisconsin, like they were in 2016, by the way, and Bernie actually ran away with it by double digits in a surprising pickup. He could, if that had happened, he could say, well, there's still a little bit of Bernie momentum left, so I'm going to stay in the race a little longer. It would have been funny. It would have been a disaster for the Democrats. They're very lucky that he, could be convinced to drop out. I wonder how many zeros were on the check that they had to hand him. I wonder what the check that they handed him had to look like in order to get him to drop out. What did they have to promise to Bernie? What did they have to promise him? Probably the moon on a stick, because that's what he promises everyone else. He claims it'll be free as well. Don't worry about the debt involved. But think about the optics. Everybody else has endorsed Joe. And still, even after he clinches, Obama still waits like 4 days to actually endorse him. And this was the president that he himself served under. This is supposedly his bestie, and they had like the friendship bracelets that Joe Biden made, which have slices of pizza on them for some reason. And this is considered like I can remember during the Obama administration, the big joke was that there was like a bromance between these people. That Obama and Biden were just really, really sort of tight and with it, and hung around all the time and really got along with each other and had a great sort of friendly chemistry. And so they were like, it went beyond politics. It went beyond that into the realm of the personal. This is at least the optics that they chose to generate between them. I don't believe it for a second. I think that it was all political strategy. That being said, that's the projection. And now Obama was the last person to endorse. And it turns out, of course, one thing is clear. Obama behind the scenes was always helping Joe Biden. He clearly did not want Bernie Sanders to be the nominee. This was even reported on by the legacy media, that he was dismayed, actually, at Bernie's early victories. Pulled out all the stops to try to stop him on Super Tuesday. It worked, by the way. This isn't even slimy politicking. I mean, he is Joe Biden's closest potential political ally. And Obama gets to gain something, by the way. I mean, if his own VP becomes the next president, it makes his own presidency look better as well by comparison. Think about it this way, from the optics standpoint of Obama. You are a two-term president, reasonably popular, at least within party, quite popular. Your own VP is running. He's had a little bit of trouble putting it away against a geriatric socialist. So you don't want him to lose, because that looks like an additional referendum on your own presidency. Well, my VP just couldn't cut it. That looks bad for him. Obama, probably his ego would be hurt a little bit if Joe Biden loses. And I think he will, and I think that for Obama that's sort of trashes his legacy a little bit more than basically everything he ever passed getting ripped apart by by the next president. Basically everything Obama ever done has already been pissed away. And there's a reason things have gone so well up until this pandemic hit. Thank you, China. There's a reason for that. Obama endorses him, but he does it so belatedly. Like, again, if I were Obama and I wanted Joe Biden to look good, I would have come in fairly early. After Super Tuesday, I would have said, well, my man Joe really did a good job now, didn't he? Yeah, of course I'm endorsing him. I think he'd be a great president. I think the only reason he didn't do that is that it would look more obvious to the Bernie fans that the gig was up. And it always was. Bernie Sanders always had only the most remote outside shot of ever doing it. Briefly, there was a moment where, he was technically the front runner up through until Super Tuesday, even after South Carolina was a little bit ahead in the delegate count. That being said, it was always like a 1 in 100 shot. Buttigieg had more of an opportunity after doing particularly well in Iowa and coming in a very close second in New Hampshire. I argued that Buttigieg, technically speaking, was the more viable one. And by the way, in a two-man race, I think would have beaten Joe Biden. Yeah, I think that Buttigieg would have been the nominee, and I think he would have a chance at actually winning. I know the Bernie fans disagree. I know a lot of Republicans disagree too. A lot of them sort of count him out because of his relative lack of experience and his age. More well-spoken than Biden now, isn't he? A lot less baggage than Biden. There's a reason why he would have been a stronger person to run against Trump. You can't beat Trump with a dude that's around Trump's age, who's been in politics since the 70s and represents the administration that Trump was deliberately elected to try to upend. Trump is a referendum on Obama. A terrible idea. And then Obama comes in and endorses. By the way, this is one thing I can respect about Obama. He's a behind-the-scenes sort of guy. He's the opposite of Hillary Clinton. She comes out, it's all about me, glaring cameras and flashy lights. Oh my God, I'm a female politician. Look how great I am. And there are a lot of people in politics that are like that. Obama is a behind-the-scenes goddamn cutthroat. He does very little on the visible end. He learned from his presidency, by the way, he learned that when he went away and he was quiet, his approval rose. People liked him more. People like absence of their politicians, with the exception of Trump, who likes to be all-encompassing. It's very interesting how he's a juxtaposition of normal politics. Biden represents a step backwards, back into the old norm of politics, which is boring and haphazard and dumb. Obama, as the only person who probably can salvage Joe, really, at this point, and has to be sort of the shadow president anyway, because it's his former VP. He's on the old end. He's obviously kind of lost it. He's blown a few membranes. Because of that fact, Obama comes in and helps him with his campaigning, especially prior to Super Tuesday. When the first few states went bad for them, he comes in and sort of helps Joe. But he can't openly campaign for him, and he still doesn't now. Now, though, is the time where if Obama has any sense, he'll pull out all the stops and talk about Joe incessantly. Put yourself back in the limelight and take some of the hits. Because at the end of the day, Obama is more well-liked than Joe Biden, although I think he's rated as less likable in a personality sense, which is odd. But had reasonable, at least in-party approval that could buff up Democratic turnout. Will this happen? I don't know. I don't even know exactly what the strategy is going to be. Again, Biden's strategy seems to be, hey, my running mate's female. So you can have your first female VP. And by the way, guys, I'll probably kick it so, you'll have your first female president. And you don't have to get through the ballot box to get it. I think that hurts him. And I think it hurts him that Obama waited so long to endorse, in all honesty. That's about all. Peace out.